I am a man forgotten, and no one recalls my name. And thousands of years will fail to fully erase my shame. But I turned a prophet quite nicely that day, that I turned that couple away. I turned them away.
I didn't sleep that evening, though I'd sold out my place. Somehow I felt uneasy. It was something about her face. Why do I wish that I'd let them stay? I don't think that they could have paid. Could they have paid? Restless, I left my bedroom. I walked the streets all night, lost in the world I lived in, and found by a heavenly light, staring at one bright star in the sky. I heard a baby cry. And I knew where that cry had come from, 'cause I told them where they could go. But I didn't think I could face them, and so I walked slowly home, missing my chance to share in their joy. I never saw the boy. He never would condemn me. I did that.
Homeless, homeless, like the crash I was. He gave.
I'm so happy that I finally got to meet you.
And I know he'll never leave us.
I'll pray pray for you, Mom.
She left me. We made her laugh.
Tickets on sale now.
Welcome, welcome. My name is Yahosh Bonner. I'm your host.
And I'm Julie Johnston. I'm the executive producer of the Forgotten Carols Tour.
The Forgotten Carols. Julie, I have to tell you, in my family, we love Christmas. That's our season.
Of course.
And it's not Christmas without the music from the Forgotten Carols.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's your favorite song?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. So it goes in stages. When I was younger, my mom used to actually run this show in Las Vegas when we lived there, and she used to do it. And my brother would be one of the guys that sung Homeless. And I was like, that's so cool. They're like boys to men, you know? And then as I'm older and I'm a father, I just love that the song that Joseph sings, I was not his father.
I was not his father.
It's just deep, has a deeper meaning for
I
me.
know.
But so
and the
many
new
great
arrangement
songs.
is phenomenal.
Oh. And I want to get to that.
Okay.
What's special about this season?
This season, all right, we've got several things that are special. Number one, we're going to cities we haven't been to in over a decade. Pocatello, Idaho, Vernal, Utah, Colorado Springs, Colorado. We'll be in Tucson, Arizona. We've only been there one time ever in the course of 32 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's exciting. And then, of course, we'll be in a lot of the same cities that we go to every year, Idaho Falls, and in Utah, we're in Salt Lake City, Ogden, Orem, Heber, Tooele. So many shows. But the very special thing is that Michael McLean will be back on tour with us
He's
this
back,
year.
the originator.
Yes.
We call him Uncle Mike in my family.
Well,
that's
yes.
Uncle Michael right there. Wow.
So Michael had a kidney transplant on December 8th of 2022, and we thought he would never be back on stage.
Wow.
And
That's a great surprise.
it's an amazing
Feels like
surprise.
Christmas.
He called me in August and said, I think I feel good enough. Can we do this? And I'm like, absolutely. Let's go on the road. So we're back with Michael Young, Michael McLean, Adrian Swenson, our phenomenal
Oh, my
Connie
goodness.
Lou, the voice of Kyle Olson, who is just amazing.
Magical.
Butter.
Yes.
We've got Gilly Getz. We've got Christy Summerhays, our phenomenal director. So it's an amazing show, and you need to come see it.
Is there anything special they need to know about the dates?
So we've got shows already sold out. We've got 5 shows, 90% sold.
Wow.
Yeah, you need to get your tickets, and you need to get them now. We're selling at record rates.
And tell
this
your
year.
friends. I mean, for me, Christmas, it's about the gifts that you get, right? It's about the gifts that you can give.
That you
and this
can
is a gift
give.
that you can give for your friends and family that don't know about the Forgotten Carols. For
That's
us,
right.
it's a long-standing thing. But there are some people, families, individuals that don't know about this music
That's
and
right.
about what this can do for the Christmas season.
And folks, our vision for this tour is to expand it, to grow it, to have multiple casts touring at the same time. It's such a short season for the Christmas season to be able to see this show.
Absolutely.
We would love to expand it, and we need a stronger and bigger fan base. And we need you to invite your friends, your family, Christians, fellow Christians, people of faith, people that need hope and light and love in their life. We want you to give them this gift.
I mean, we have to maximize this season because there's something about Christmas, right? Like everybody just seems to be kinder, to be more friendly. You know, they call it the spirit of Christmas, and I just call it the spirit, But with Christmas comes a lot of memories.
Yeah.
And some of those memories are amazing, and some of those memories have been hurtful. And I feel like there is a remedy to those hurtful feelings that a lot of us have felt and experiences that we've had. And I think you find it in the Forgotten Carols.
You do. You really do. And we have people that come every year. And some of you, I've heard lots of people say, I've seen the Forgotten Carols. Well, guess what? You haven't seen it. Unless you've seen it in the last year or two, you haven't seen it. You need to come see the show again.
This cast is amazing. It's phenomenal. When I looked at it, I said, whoa, oh, she's in it? Oh, he's in it?
Yep.
Like, and the
goosebumps.
music's already amazing.
I have seen the show many, many times, and it's amazing to me how many times I still laugh and I cry and I have all the feels. It's an amazing show.
Well, when it comes to Christmas, there's always surprises. And tell us about that special Black Friday surprise.
Black Friday. So Black Friday is going to last for 8 days. It actually starts tonight. Tickets are on sale, 20% off with the code right there on the bottom, TFC20.
TFC
Every venue
20.
is the same code. Every venue has tickets available unless it's sold out.
Unless it's sold out, which is it's happening.
And
so.
there's quite a few with minimal seats. So get in there and get those tickets right now.
Well, we have other things happening in this live stream. I got to tell you, I'm telling you about how amazing these people are.
Yep.
Are they in
So
the
we
building?
want to see them.
I would love to see them. Would you love to see them? Would you love to hear them?
Woo.
All right, let's
bring them
welcome.
on.
We're going to hear a
We've
little bit
got
from them.
Michael Young, Kyle Olson, and Adrian Swenson singing "I Was Not His Father." Thank you.
He was working late one evening with the wood he knew so well. When she thought she recognized him, but at first she couldn't tell. When she humbly begged his pardon, a strange sadness swelled inside. Then she asked, "Aren't you the father of that man they crucified?" Then the carpenter repeated what he'd said so many times. He said, "I was not his father. He was mine." Then he humbly went on working
with his worn and calloused hands, though she did not ask more questions.
She knew he didn't understand. So he asked if she would help him.
He saw her answer in a glance. She did all the chores he asked her,
And she was grateful for the chance.
and they talked for hours of Jesus
And how he knew he was divine. He said, "I was not his father. He was mine." How could one so foolish and so flawed ever hope to raise the Son of God? Then he spoke of the misgivings he had had 1,000 times.
how Jesus found the tender moments to let him know he'd done just fine. And the carpenter recited the greatest truths he'd ever learned, and testified they came from Jesus. And then her heart within her burned,
And they embraced as she departed. And Joseph told her
one more time. Tell them I was not his father. Tell them he was mine. No, I was not his father. He's
Wow. Amazing. Look how hug you guys. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Michael, I got to talk to you, brother.
Okay.
I
I'll
got
stay
to
here
talk to you.
Uh-huh.
This is what you are, a pro.
Oh.
You are a professional. And this is, I could see the emotion.
Yeah.
And there's a connection here.
It goes back a long time for me.
Mhm.
At the early part of my career, I did a show called Kids Are People Too.
Mhm.
And Bonneville Media asked me to work on a new show. So I came to Salt Lake City and met Michael McLean for the first time. And we became instant brothers.
Yes.
And then he told me the secret, which was his wife was my girlfriend in high school.
Oh,
Go figure. So we've been that close ever since. So when the Forgotten Carols was first written, I knew about it, and this became my Christmas tradition. So for all these decades since then, while Michael's been out touring with this, I've just been, seeing it and seeing the incarnation, and kind of like dreaming that one day I would get a chance to do it. And finally, last 2 years ago, they asked me to fill in for Michael when he wasn't feeling well, and it was like a Christmas blessing come true.
wow. It is a blessing, not just for you, but for us who get to see you perform and get to see your connection to this music and how much it means. I mean, as a performer, I know what comes from the heart goes to the heart.
One of the things I tell everybody is it's not just the material that I love to come do, but the cast and the crew have been doing this for so many years, are a family. And you know them. You know all of these people.
Yes.
You're part of the family. and so I get to come in here and be with all of the love and warmth at Christmas. But the most amazing thing are the audiences. I have never been embraced like I have with the audiences that come to see this show. It's wonderful. And I think they know the lines, they know the songs, and so they're supporting you as you go along.
So what got you into performing? Yes.
Oh, well, I'm a law school dropout.
Okay.
There was some point I realized I didn't want to be a lawyer. I just wanted to play one on TV. And so I sort of disappointed my parents. I said, I'm going to New York to try my hand at show business. And I was very blessed. I had a long career and managed to enjoy it and live out in Hollywood and New York City and get a little bit of both. But this is a real love to be back on stage.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are so excited to see you this season. Do you have a special city that you're extremely excited to go to over any other ones? Or
two, actually. Colorado Springs. I cannot wait to see you all. I went to elementary school in Colorado Springs.
Wow.
My dad was in the Air Force, and so we traveled everywhere. And he was part of the team that was part of the architects of and engineers for the Air Force Academy and the Cheyenne Missile Base.
There you go.
So I went to Audubon Elementary in the Austin Bluffs.
Wow! Shout out to Audubon.
Audubon, like
Audubon
birds,
Elementary.
And so I'm looking forward to going to Colorado Springs, and then also looking forward to Tucson because I have some friends there that haven't had a chance to see it. And my two best friends from Sanibel Island, Florida, where I live now, are coming to Tucson. So they're flying all the way out to see it. So I'll be excited about those two cities, especially.
That is awesome. That is so great. So if there was something that you could share with those who maybe are not familiar with the Forgotten Carols, what is something that you would share with them to be on the lookout for when they come and see you on tour?
I think one of the things that Michael McLean has done that works so well, every time I ask somebody, what is your favorite song? I know you were just asked, and I always get asked, what's my favorite song? And the answer is, every one of the songs in this show relates to somebody.
Wow.
And
there's something there for everybody that comes.
It's something there for everybody because each one of them has a story and an emotion. And, Christmas is the greatest time of the year, but for many of us, it brings back painful memories of those people who aren't with us. And so there are songs that will relate to everybody and how everybody's feeling. You will walk out of the theater saying, I know that was me up there and that was my song. And I think if it hasn't become your Christmas tradition already, it will.
Yes. Okay. We can't give away anymore, man.
Okay.
It's going to be great. You got to be there. Tell your friends.
I'm going to tell you the whole plot. No, just kidding. Sorry.
Well, thank you so much.
Hey,
we really appreciate it.
my pleasure.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
We'll see you on stage. Oh, my goodness. This is amazing. Yes. Hey, see you in the Gilbert, Arizona. I see you guys chiming in. Tell us where you're from. Adrian Swenson.
Yahosh.
Hey. So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And even better to hear you.
Oh, thanks.
I remember watching you as a fan and then being able to share the stage with you. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And now we're friends.
Nice.
Like I've made it. I've made it.
No, I feel like that with you and your whole family.
How did you find the Forgotten Carols?
Well, I, like a lot of people that grew up around here, heard a lot, if not all the songs on the radio growing up, but I had never seen it until I was in it.
Whoa. Okay.
So I knew the music, and something that's kind of
You're
interesting.
like, that's where it came from.
Yes, I mean, I knew about Forgotten Carols. I knew about Michael McLean, all of those things. But I didn't know that the Forgotten Carols had such a beautiful story that tied it all together, besides the fact that they are forgotten carols.
Yeah, and we're not going to give it away, but tell us a little bit about your character.
My character, I feel really lucky. I feel like I've got the biggest arc of the show. Yeah. I feel a lot like a modern Scrooge in this story.
Oh, wow.
I play a character that's a nurse. Her name is Constance Louise, and she's been hardened over the years from loss and pain, and in hopes to be considered professional and all those things. But through the help of a magical friend or two, she has an experience that changes her heart and opens her and helps her to not be afraid to let in the love of Christ and Christmas spirit.
Wow. Melanie Coons, she said she's been watching this since 1992. My mom raves about this. I mean, so much so, this is how she met Michael McLean. And it's weird to say Michael McLean because we always just called him Uncle Mike. But with this music, how has it been transformative for you since you are just coming into it?
Well, obviously the music is a lot more personal than it ever has been. Not just through my character, but through me and watching Michael revise things over the years and add things. I know that it comes from a place of truly wanting to share his heart with other hearts. And so in that way, it's just opened my heart.
How do you feel about sharing the stage with him this time around?
We're so happy that he'll be back. We love both of our Michaels. We're so lucky to have both of our Michaels. But to share the stage with the man that wrote it and have him be so graceful and let me sing his music and speak his words. But we also have a whole lot of fun. It's special and fun. And it's just great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you could say there's one point in the show that people need to be looking out for. Don't say explain the feeling of that point in the show.
It is holy, if you ask me.
Wow.
I think it's holy.
I agree. I agree. Wow. Well, Adrian, you're amazing. I can't wait to see you. Do you have a city that you're looking forward to seeing?
Oh, all of them. We've never been to Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
I've never been to Colorado Springs with the show. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
Colorado Springs is getting all the love.
Oh, he said it too.
Yeah.
I'm always excited about Arizona. I love the warmth.
Yes.
And we've got some friends down there.
Arizona has a special place in my heart. I went to
it?
Mountain View High School, Mesa, Arizona. Go Toros. Make sure you come out. Go to Tucson, Arizona. See the Forgotten Carols. And you'll never be able to spend another Christmas without this music, without these stories. Adrian, one more hug. I promise. No, last one.
It better not be the last one. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. Here he is, the man, Uncle Mike. Oh, my goodness. Now, you just received a Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yes, I did. Oh, my gosh. I've received a lifetime. That's the way of saying, guy's been around a while. Let's get him before he's gone. And because I got this unbelievable gift of a new kidney last December, you think the greatest award there is God let me live longer. Let me love more people. Let me do this thing that means the world to me.
Well, it means so much to so many. And I love that your service is I know, because I know you personally, it's beyond your music, beyond your presentations. I remember being in high school and I think it was around the time you were doing Forgotten Carols there, and you were busy. And my mom was like, could you please come do a morning side for my son?
Yes, for your seminary class.
For my seminary class.
That was great.
And you came and you acted like you were fully rested and you had all the energy in the world, and you just blessed us.
I lied. I was, my spirit was true. Yes. Maybe not so much.
I gotta tell you guys, he walks down the aisles. He's looking at all the youth, everybody in the high school. Now, this is Mountain View High School, 3,800 kids. Half the school knew who you were already because of their parents. And so the seminary building was packed. And he's walking up and down. This is amazing. This is amazing. Do you realize how early this is? It was still dark outside.
Well, my philosophy was always, and many share this with me, if God really wanted me to see the sunrise, could have scheduled it a little later in the day.
I love it. I love it. And I love what you have created. It's been such an important part of my Christmases since I can remember. Tell me about being the creator, seeing others do this music and perform, and all the cast members and family that you've built. How has that affected you?
Well, first of all, when it first came out in 1991, I'd written this book and I'd written all these songs, and I got fabulous people to sing the songs. And we had a story, and we didn't know how we were going to promote it. And we didn't have really a budget at all. People didn't know me as an author or a storyteller. And so I was doing some research, and I realized, wait a minute, I know this is a stretch. Please forgive. But Charles Dickens was 39 when he wrote A Christmas Carol, and he was broke. And he had to feed his kids. And I wasn't, I was what we call pizza broke. I can't afford pizzas on the weekend, but, So I decided, well, why don't I do what he did? I'll go play all the parts like he did.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not an actor, and I'm certainly not the great singer, but my passion for the story, I think, kind of compensated. And so I would play all these parts, change outfits on stage, and I thought that'll be it. I'll just do that. People will find out about it. And then this thing shocked me. People wanted to see me do it again. And I am so, I am not self-loathing, but I have no confidence of myself as a performer. I'm convinced the fraud police are just right over here with get that guy out of here. But here's what happened to me. People would teach me, who had written these songs, what they were really about for them.
Wow.
And because I'm not a genius performer, it's not like, wow, let me hit notes like Kyle Olsen. There is nobody who's Kyle Olsen gives me shivers. And Adrian, of course, is so spectacular, and the guys in the homeless choir. So when I would hear them do it, I felt fulfilled. But when people would say things over the years about how they had been broken, and, hey, Michael, I brought my best friend who hates Christmas because she got broken in a horrible way. And I brought her, she hasn't been to a Christmas thing in 8 years. Wow. I brought her tonight. She said, you have to let me sit at the back row on the side so I can sneak out. Halfway through, I think it was I Was Not His Father, He Was Mine. What's that? Okay. I brought her. And halfway through this song, she did this, and she said, Rachel, I'm feeling it again.
Wow.
I'm feeling Christmas again. And then a woman looks at me and says, how do I thank the guy who gave Christmas back to my best friend? And of course, I knew that I hadn't given her Christmas, but to be part of making a show where people could find it and hear it and relate to it. That's how I discovered for me what it meant.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we're seeing a lot of tweets come in, or not tweets, messages come in. Saw Michael do the one-man show as a fireside in Rexburg in
Wait a
1991.
second. I remember that night. It was snowing. It's the only time I got to be in the Hart Auditorium, and it was really magical. And I was playing all those parts and so insecure. But those kids at Rick's is what it was called at the time.
Yeah.
And the overflowing love, and I've heard about many of them since then, and some of which during the ending when I sing Together Forever Someday.
Oh my goodness.
Got engaged, have 18 kids, and are no.
That's one of my favorite parts of the program, is inviting the audience to take part. Because it's one thing to watch and to hear, but to be involved in such an amazing production and story, like, it makes it real.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why was it important to involve the audience that way?
In the early days, before life had kind of caught up with me so much, I was going out to pay the light bill. And I wanted to do it with heart, and I wanted to do it in a meaningful way. But I was in the back of my mind looking around. This is so embarrassing, but you guys have to know this. I would look in seats and say, where are those 8 people? Why didn't they show up? And did I do something wrong? Or was it not good enough? Or was it not capable enough? What'd you ask me?
Why was it important to involve them in that number?
It's a joke.
Oh.
Michael and I have this joke about we both have dementia in this play. John's been around so long, he's completely got dementia. And so I can't worry about forgetting a line because I'll just look around. Where are we?
For those of you that don't know, in the show, there's a character, John, and we gave away a little bit of it. He has some dementia.
So here's why. At the end of the show, every year for all those years, I had a new album that had come out. And so I'd go out kind of after the show, and I wanted to introduce people because there was no other way. There wasn't TikTok. There wasn't a lot of these current ways. So I would sing to those people, here's my new song from the new album. I'm so excited to share it with you. And then one time I got out and I got a feeling. Don't do that. These people don't need you to sell your album. They don't need you to say, look at me, look at me, look at me some more. Some of them need to feel something different. And I started to play, well, it's hard to say goodbye and let go. And it's hard to see it end because the memories we've made will never happen again. And I went into We Can Be Together Forever Someday. And as I'm doing it, I thought, and I tried to get everybody to sing it together and link up. And I think there was somebody maybe in Idaho Falls who wrote a note and said it was really weird. I didn't want to hold somebody's hand and sing together. But here's what happened. Then I said, why don't we not sing We Can Be Together Forever Someday? Why don't we sing We Will Be? That's the message of Christmas. Yeah. He will heal us all. He will save us all. We will be. And then I had just thought, why don't we sing to people we love who aren't here? What would that feel like? And I'm telling you, the first time we did it, this thing happened that was way beyond my song, way beyond me. It was the magic in the air. And I thought, I can't not do this in the future.
Wow. Well, thank you. That's a part that has stuck with me forever because some of you might know I come from a performing family, and our singing family debut was with Uncle Mike, but I wasn't there. So to be able to go to the Forgotten Carols and to be invited to sing and feel a part, oh my goodness, it has meant so much.
Well, thank you
so much to me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Now we're gonna leave them with a song, but before that, I just want to know, when it comes to all the things you've done, all of these projects, which have been amazing, what makes this one special?
I'm going to look in the camera and I'm going to try to not cry. In this musical that came. The book was written in 7 days while I had 2 other jobs, and it was kind of a miracle. And as it has evolved, and as my son Scott, who did an enormous amount of work to help me reshape it so it was a better musical, and as these people like Gilly Getz from the East Village, Scott's best friend from the Acting Academy, as I would have these experiences and they would touch me so deeply, I realized I get to do the invitation Jesus gave to all of us to love one another, and kind of this is my way. And for years that I felt, I don't know if I'm doing such a great job or if this is okay. I never told anybody this, I don't think. But I hope it's okay if I say it here. One night I was watching Adrian finish up the show, and we were getting ready to do the curtain call. And something in my voice that felt familiar said, "Thanks, Mike. You're the only one who would bear witness of me this way. And I appreciate it."
Thank you. I hope you guys get a chance to see this production this Christmas. And not only you, bring your friends, bring your family. And we're going to head on over to...
Are we going to do Q&As?
Oh, we've got a couple questions. You're not off the hot seat yet. Waiting on... Oh, there he goes. Okay. What is your most memorable moment of performing the Forgotten Carols?
Now, Evan, let me simply say this. My most memorable moment. Ask someone, you've been doing this for 32 years, about 25 times a year. Of all those shows, there had to have been just one moment that was the most memorable.
You could just choose one of the many.
I think the most memorable one is the most recent one. It's one of those things where, funny. We have funny stories about the lights went out, and we didn't know if we could finish the show. People were using flashlights. We have funny stories about the time that we did the show when I was doing it on my own down in Southern California, and the kids who were singing Homeless, the guy blew the pitch pipe a fourth too high, and there was no relative pitch. And I brought John Batdorf, who sang on the record, and it went kind of like this. Homeless, homeless, like the Christ child. Homeless, oh, and I thought, this is painful, especially when the guy who sang on the record comes all the way to Cerritos to do this. Oh, man, that was memorable. And then I remember when we did it in Waukegan, we had a choir, and they were so tired that all of them slept through Handel's chorus. So I'm trying to do this great performance, a wonderful counselor. And I would try to, as I was walking around, kind of kick them a little bit, try to get them. And then once in Fremont, the other side of Ogden, a kid thought he was adorable and hid, after the rehearsal, one of the ornaments. So I'm going through the show, and I'm going to get the ornament that is not, am I getting a little animated? That is not there. This has been something that, as a Christian, I'm trying to work out the forgiveness thing, because I never recovered. It was, where's the,
It's a journey.
Isn't that lovely? So thanks, Evan, for the question. Give me something else.
Thanks for the memories. Will you be signing autographs after or before the show?
That's called, Lisa, thanks for asking that. That's called Act 3. And this year, and that was my favorite part of the show. Do the show, Act 1, Act 2, then go out, hug everybody, kiss everybody, sign the stuff, find out where they came from. That's the best for me. But my kidneys, as they're recovering and my body's trying to not reject it, my immunities are so low that if I have that Act 3 component, if I meet with people and do this, the chances of me getting sick and not completing the tour and not being able to sing at the next city are intense. And so, Lisa, I would love it. I will give you the cyber thing, at through this. But please forgive me, because when that's not happening, I'll try to get back at it. But for now, I just can't.
Thank you. And with these shows, are you doing more than one shows? Is there a matinee?
Oh! Yeah, didn't we just add a show? This is a cool surprise. Surprise to me.
Oh, this is the last surprise.
No, yeah, this is really cool. This warms my heart. We added a show down in Provo. We're doing it at Mountain View in Orem. Forgive me.
Oh, yes.
I know that the Happy Valley curtain is right there someplace. But we're going to do a matinee the very last day of the show, and it's at 2:30. And I promise I'll get up early enough to be there in full cuteness. It's like a costume. This is cute Mike, and I think that'll be great.
Tickets are on sale tonight.
Tickets are on sale. They're on sale now, tonight.
That's right.
So those in Utah County, go get your tickets. 2:30.
Go get those tickets. Okay. Oh! Before we're going to go sing a little tune for you, but you cannot not have me. Christy, come here. Fast. Fast. Our director, she makes everybody better, as we all know, and she's spectacular and doing great. And these people are phenomenal. But there's somebody even more special than all of you know. Gilly, you have to come here, please.
Oh. Hey.
How many years you've been playing Halifax?
17. 16.
So he's Scott's best friend from acting school.
Wow.
But I have to say this. Gilly's an Israeli Jew who lives in the East Village in New York. His family still lives in Israel. And I called him 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I said, can you come? After all the horror and the chaos and everything going on in the Middle East, is this just too much? Do you remember what you told me? Tell him.
I know what this play means to people, what this musical means to people. I know the light that it brings. I know how much it's needed right now. And it's my honor, as always is, to help tell the story and to be part of this wonderful magic we create every year.
Love this guy. Now and all of you at home, please join us. Just hum the melody together. Can you feel that? That's not us. That's Christmas. Sleep. Sleep in Christmas.
I did that all on my own. He offered his forgiveness, and ever since then I've known. He lets us choose each hour of each day if we'll let him in to stay. Let him in. Let him in. Let the peace on earth begin. Let him in. Let him in. Let the hope and joy begin. And whether it be in your world today or a crowded Bethlehem